Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Friday, and it is live album ranking day. Beautiful day today, blue skies everywhere, but quite cold. It's 9 degrees, so we haven't even gone to double figures yet, but it's autumn. So we got some symphonic metal for you this morning in live, and it's from Epica. Formed by Mark Jansen when he departed the band after forever. Excellent band these are. It's got Simone Simmons on the vocals. That's one or two people through the band, but the sound is good. It's really dramatic and theatrical, and it's excellent. And they have released 6 live albums, so we'll have a look at them today. So coming in at number 6 is an album that was issued in 2004. Now it's a very intimate and it's quite raw. It's not acoustic, but it's near enough acoustic, and it's called We Will Take You With Us. Playing on here is Simone Simmons on vocals, Mark Jansen on guitars and grunts, Ad Slusha on the guitars, Cohen Jansen on keyboards, Yves Hutz on bass, and Jerome Simmons on drums. So all these songs, bar one, come from their Phantom Agony album, and they're all sort of semi-acoustic type tracks. So we got The Facade of Reality, Sensorium, Elusive Consensus, Cry for the Moon, the wonderful Phantom Agony itself, Sif Aldin, and Run for Fall. And then they do a cover of Memory from Cats, and then do Faint. This is an excellent album. Very intimate. They play wonderfully here, and the acoustic versions of some of these songs are pretty good as well. So you've got a bit of acoustic and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 5 is an album that was released in December of 2021, and it was recorded in June at the AE Studios in Lint, and it's called Amiga Live. So playing on here, you've got Simone and Mark and Cohen, but there's been a change of personality, and we've got Isaac Delay on guitars, Rob Vanderloo on bass, and Arian van Vesselbeek on the drums. So you've got Alpha Eltatorium, Abyss of Time, from Countdown to Singularity, The Skeleton Tea, and Unchained Utopia. Then we have, which is from the Quantum Enigma, The Obsessive Devotion from the Divine Conspiracy, wonderful version of that. All in Consequence from the Quantum Enigma, Victims of Congeniality from the Quantum Adventure. Then you get Kingdom of Heaven Part 1 and Part 3. You get Rivers as an a cappella, Once Upon a Time a Nightmare from the Holographic Principle, and Freedom from the Walls Within. Cry for the Moon's on here, which is really, really good, from Phantom Agony. Beyond the Matrix, excellent track from the Holographic Principle. This is a really good version. There's a lack of crowd in it, which have never been a thing, but the playing on here is brilliant, and the atmosphere is electric, what they're creating on that stage. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay, coming in at number 4. This was recorded in 2006 at the Paradiso venue in Amsterdam, but didn't get an official release until 2022. So it's Simone, Mark, Ad Slusha, Cohen Jansen, Yves Hutz, and Jerome Simmons. Got some guests on here. Amanda Somerville plays does vocals on Solitary Ground. Roy Khan from Camelot does vocals on Troy Vergeres, and Jan Chris de Kelfer from Gorefest does vocals on Consigned to Oblivion. So the opening track is, we've got 2 tracks from the Consigned to Oblivion album. We've got Hakaku, A New Day of Dawn prologue, builds up, and then we go into Dance of Fate. Then from the Phantom Agony, we've got Sensorium. back to the Consigned to Oblivion, we've got The Last Crusade, which was the New Age of Dawn Part 1. And then we've got Solitary Ground with Amanda Somerville singing, and it's brilliant. Another track from the Consigned to Oblivion, we've got Force of the Shore, which is good. And another one from that album, we have got Consigned to Oblivion from brilliant. Now, the next track is called Linger. Now, this is a gem. It doesn't appear anywhere else except here. It's a brilliant one. It's a bomb blast reflective thing with a very chamber-like atmosphere to it. It's eerie. Really is good. Then we have Blank Affinity from the Consign album. Then they do a Crystal Mountain. It's a track by Death. Then we got the Salfadin from Phantom Agony. The Facade of Realities on there. Then we have Trois Verges. Well, I think that's how you pronounce it. With Roy Khan doing the vocals from the Consign album. Another Me from the same album. Brilliant. The Phantom Agonies on here. Cry for the Moon. You don't get any better than that. And Run for a Fall. Mother of Light. Consigned to Oblivion. And then Consigned to Oblivion itself to end thing. Another powerful album. You know, the guests come on and they do a fine performance. Lots of tracks from the Consigned to Oblivion album, which they were touring with. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 8.8. Okay, coming in at number 3. Now we're going into the real full-on symphonic with orchestra types things. So the first one is Live at Symphonic Synergy. It's from 2024 and it was recorded in Amsterdam. So this lineup is Simone, Mark Cohen, Isaac, Rob, Aaron, with special guests Charlotte Vessels as Ex Delane. We got Marcoeur on vocals as well. Marcella Bubio on Beyond the Matrix, and Zahir Zorgarthia from Myrath on Coda Life. Full symphonic orchestra as well, and the choir. It's all happening on this one. So you get this an opening anthem. It's just a little bit of the build up the thing, and then we go straight in from the Essence of Silence, which is a classic from the Quantum Enigma. Absolutely kills it with the orchestra. Wonderful. A Menace of Vanity from Consigned to Oblivion. Absolutely dynamite again. Sensorium from the Phantom album. The Fifth Guardian, which is a orchestral bridge. It's cinematic. I can't say the word, but it's a cinematic transition between the two tracks. It's got a lot of build up and what's coming next. And what is actually coming next is a Titan cover, Linked Horizon, Crimson Bow and Arrow. Brilliant. Absolutely is brilliant. Then they do this new composition called Arcania. It's operatic. It's got growled verses, sweeping orchestral passages. It is fantastic. And then we get from Amiga the Skeleton Key. Then we get The Ghost of Me, which is the Dance Macabre from Saint-Cyr. Absolutely stunning. Storm of the Sorrow, Requiem for the Indifference. Wonderful with the orchestra on that. Then you get a medley of the Universal Death Squad, which is really nice, from the Holographic Principle. Consigned to Oblivion, a brilliant version of The Last Crusade. The Phantom Agony, brilliant. Design Your Universe, the title track. And we'll stay with that album because we do Tides of Time from it. Then we get Sirens of Blood and Water, features Charlotte Vessels and Myco. And this is it's a bonus track on the Amiga album. Unchained Utopia and a Methodic Call to Freedom from the Quantum Enigma. Brilliant. Beyond the Matrix, wonderful version of that from the Holographic Principle. Code of Life featuring Zahir Zorgati from the Hologram Principle. These are all just fabulous with the orchestra. Cry for the Moon, brilliant. And then from Spiral we have the title track, Consigned to Oblivion. And then we have, as Hans Zimmer composition, Chevalier de Sagril, which is a little orchestral interlude that goes into He's a Pirate from, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean. Now this is a masterclass in symphonic symphonic metal with band and orchestra working. It is absolutely wonderful. Sounds good. It's really good when you crank it up. Sounds like you've got a full orchestra in your room. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 2, another of these with band, and it's called The Classical Conspiracy. It recorded in Hungary in 2008, and it was released in 2009. It was the first album that featured Iain van Wisselbach as the drummer, and the last album for Ad Sluicer, the original guitarist. So it's Simone, Mark, Ad, Yves, Constant, and then Erin on drums. Amanda Somerville doing the choir vocals, Angus Liptap the vocals, and the choir of the Musique Nationale, and the extended Ramia Eid Chamber Music Orchestra. So it opens up with Palladium from Consigned to Oblivion. Absolutely haunting. And then we go into a bit of a classical bit. So you got Desiree from Requiem from Verdi. Wonderful. This is orchestra as well and band. Then Omar Fathu from Xerxes from Handel. Wonderful. Sorry about my pronunciations. Dave will be spinning in the moment. Then we get Agio from the New World Symphony from Dorvac. That is beautiful. Then you get a Spider-Man melody, so you get song music from the Spider-Man movies. Absolutely brilliant. Presto from the Four Seasons. And Montagues and Catapults from Romeo and Juliet. Yes, they do. For us that don't know it, it actually means the thing from The Apprentice. Imperial March from The Empire Strikes Back. You can't get any better than that. It sounds brilliant. And then you get Sabbat Mater del Rosa from Sabbat Mater. Wonderful that is. And then Unholy Trinity from the score An Epic Journey. In the Hall of the Mountain King. You're getting the good stuff on here. The theme from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Then we go into some Epica stuff. We get Indigo Prologue from the Divine Conspiracy. Absolutely stunning. That goes straight into The Last Crusade. You're getting some good stuff here. Sensorium from the Phantom and the Quietus from Consign. Chasing the Dragon, wonderful version of that from the Divine Conspiracy. Faint from the Phantom Agony. And then we get on the second disc, you get Never Enough from the Divine Conspiracy. Beyond Belief from the same album. Cry for the Moon. Safeguard to Paradise is on here. Blank Infinity from the Consign album. Living Alive from the Divine Conspiracy. Phantom Agony, brilliant version on here. Sancta Terra from the Divine as well. Elusive Consensus back to the Phantom Agony. Consigned to Oblivion. This is again is just brilliant. You've got a mixture of classic with rock and rock with classic all the way through. Brilliant album again. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 9.3. But my number one album is an album called Retrospect, and it was in celebration of their 10th anniversary, recorded in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, 2013. And it's got the Hungarian orchestra in it again, and so you've got Simone, Mark, Isaac, Rob, Cohen, Ariane, Floor Jansen from Nightwish appears on here, and also she was in After Forever as well. So it's Mark and Floor reuniting. Ad Sluicer, Yves Hertz, Jerome Simmons on drums on Quietus, Thomas Christian on violin, and the orchestra. So again, so there's a little. The first bit is called In Retrospect, which is a pure instrument, and it's sort of guitars and textures without any lyrics. Very, very good. Then the Monopoly of Truth from the Requiem from the Indifferent. Absolutely stunning version of that. Sensorium, the classic from Phantom Agony. Unleashed. And it has the intro from This Time is in This Time. brilliant from the Design Your Universe album, super track. The Martyr of the Free World, again from that same album, brilliant to hear that with the full orchestra. Chasing the Dragon from the Divine Conspiracy, one of the best versions of that. Presto from the Four Seasons, lovely, it's really raunchy. Never Enough from the Divine Conspiracy. Sabah Matters on here as well. The Two Flames, which was the first time I played it, which is from the Requiem from the Indifferent. Then we get Serenade of Self-Destruction from the Requiem of Indifference. Wonderful. An orchestral melody, you get a few tracks thrown together. You have The Falls of Domination, Mother of Light, Kingdom of Heaven, Run for a Fallen, Deep Water Horizon. Beautifully constructed for this. Then the Divine Conspiracy itself, wonderful. Delirium's on here from the Requiem of Indifferent. Blank Infinity. Obsession to the Obsession Devotion. Retrospect, which is an unleashed release song, and it's wonderful. It's got heavier, it's really heavy. Then we get the Battles and Heroes and the Imperial March, Resemble the Sith. Absolutely wonderful, them doing the rocky version of Star Wars. Quietus, just as a lovely version of that. The Phantom Agony itself. Cry for the Moon, because this is a 3-disc thing from the Phantom Agony. Sancta Terra from Divine. Design Your Own Universe. Storm of the Sorrow, wonderful version of that. Consigned to Oblivion. And then to close it, another piece written by Cohen Yelson as just to end the album. It is absolutely brilliant, with guests galore, and absolutely brilliant album, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 9.5. So there we go. They are all good, especially the ones with the orchestras. They're just absolutely stunning. Okay, coming up next, we've got 2 new albums to do today, and the first one we're going to look at is a new album from Suede, Antidepressants. So you're on for that. Bye for now.